Since my brother is learning American history this year, the family took a trip to our nation's capital. He will be telling you all about the monuments and the American government buildings we saw. I am here to tell you more about the fun things, the museums, the glorious Smithsonian Museums. The Smithsonian Institute has now 21 museums, a national zoo, and a garden, all free admission to visitors. This generous service is provided all because of a wealthy English scientist by the name of James Smithson, who traveled many places in his life, but never set foot on American soil. He donated $500,000, the equivalent to 1/66th of the U.S. federal budget at the time, to start an institution that would increase the diffusion of knowledge. The admirable mission is now carried on mostly by the U.S. government funding, but also by private donors. The knowledge presented by the Smithsonian Institute would take a lifetime to take in, if you wish, and you don't need to be rich to learn. Here are the 3 that we visited. Since we are a science-focused family, the Natural History Museum, naturally, was our first stop. The museum's architecture itself was grandiose, with so many exhibits that we had to just pick 3 favorites. The Mammal Hall had hundreds of taxidermied animals, but they are not the boring kind. Many of these animals were preserved in with lifelike actions, such as this lion hunting exhibit. Standing in front of it, I could almost hear the inevitable thud when the water buffalo crashes down upon the lion at the bottom. The cutest of them all, in my opinion, is this tiny harvest mouse, holding on to 2 stems of barley. I swear I could see it swaying in the breeze. The Sant Ocean Hall was our next stop. There we went back millions of years and saw how life started on the planet in water. We followed the evolution all the way to today, and even got to learn about how scientists do deep ocean explorations in vehicles such as Alvin. The scientist's enthusiasm really infected me, solidifying my aspiration to become a marine biologist someday. If you are into sparkly, colorful, and expensive things, you should definitely visit the Gem exhibit, home to the Hope Diamond, one of the largest diamonds in the world, weighing a whopping 45.5 carats. There are plenty of other impressive gems there too, such as this beautiful tricolored tourmaline from our own San Diego County. I was totally amazed by how the exact same mineral composition can have so many different varieties of crystal shapes and colors. Nature truly is amazing. Another crowd favorite is the Air and Space Museum, for which you need to book entrance permits online. This museum documents the history of how aircrafts came to be and how it had evolved rapidly to today's space exploration programs and satellite projects. It even has thought-provoking shows in the planetarium that made me wonder about the future of our solar system. My dad loves to work on cars, so he had a great time learning about how engine designs were improved, especially for airplanes. My mom loved how the planetarium shows simplified the Big Bang and black hole theories, and what the scientists were observing in space to help formulate these theories. My brother and I thought all the hands-on exhibits and games were super fun. We also enjoyed the live demonstrations that help us understand the black holes. Space is so vast with so many secrets to unlock. When my mom said we were going to the American History Museum, I thought it was going to be all about the Independence War and the Civil War. But when we got there, we were amazed by the variety of exhibits there, which greatly exceeded my expectations. The whole first floor was dedicated to American innovations, culture, and even economy. I especially enjoyed the Spark Lab, right next to the Sports Innovation exhibit. We got to try hands-on to invent new things to solve daily problems. My brother, not surprisingly, enjoyed the food exhibit the most. There was an entire recreated Julia Child's kitchen, and we even enjoyed watching a few segments of her show. The exhibit talked about how technology changed the American food, and it was critical about some of its direction. My mom was totally nerding out on the statistics of American economy. And my dad was feeling nostalgic about all the really old computers of his childhood. But if you're really into American history in the traditional sense, the museum will not disappoint either. On the second floor, there is an exhibit titled The Price of Freedom that will take you from the Independence War, through the Civil War, to all the World Wars, to the Vietnam War, to present day. It wasn't just boring paragraphs of text to read. There were plenty of historical photos, real artifacts, videos of news reportings, and even some games for young visitors to envision what it would be like to be a riveter. I have never learned so much about history while still having fun. I highly recommend the American History Museum to anybody who wishes to understand the American spirit. During our 4-day visit to the capital of the United States, we enjoyed beautiful cherry blossoms and tulip-lined streets, convenient public transportation, and best of all, world-class museums, all for free. We visited all 3 branches of the government with no pre-booking. We felt very safe. Public bathrooms and water stations were everywhere. I realized that this is what the capital of a wealthy, liberal nation should be like. If people want to understand this country, learn about how it was formed, how it functions today, what makes it great, and how it corrects its wrongdoing in the past, then the knowledge is free. No social-economic status will get in the way. Yes, Paris, I am taking a dig at you.